All right, everybody, welcome back into the Golden Tee Lounge. Welcome back in the Golden Tee Lounge. Kevin Lindsay here. It is week 10 of our World Championship Events Mode qualifying. Lots of money on the line, lots of World Championship spots. 5 more qualifiers will gain entry into the World Championship based on this week's event. This week it's the Mixed Hole Classic. We've got Grand Canyon Hole 1 kicking things off for us right now. Let's pull up our friends from Twitter or Twitch and YouTube. All right, perfect. Justin, Jason, John, Todd, welcome. Thanks for joining us. So, interesting setup here for events mode. We've got Grand Canyon, Palm Springs, Timber Bay, the Mixed Hole Classic. We're throwing all courses from Golden Tee Live into the mix. So, based on what the setups I've seen so far, I've actually not played yet, but from what I've heard from you guys out there playing the events mode, the Zero Hybrid is a necessity for, I believe it's Woodland Farm Hole 4. So we're going to keep that in the bag right now. Let's play through a couple games and see what happens. If you've never played events mode before, you're in for a treat. We definitely have a lot going on with that. Let's see, this week we have $9,425, paying 300 spots. Per usual, just like we do in Daily Contest and Money Shot, play 5 games to qualify, and even if you don't get a qualifying score, you don't win your entry in the World Championship, you're still going to get 60 tees as part of playing events mode. And just a reminder, if this is your first time joining us here, all the irons that I have are typically super spin. So if you're building a bag to play events mode or the daily contest or any of the various streams that we do here, just pay attention to that. So we'll go through it really quick. My lob wedge is super spin. My 9 iron is no spin, 8 irons partial, and then 6 is super spin. So it depends on the club set I'm using, but typically you're going to see super spin or some form of spin on my clubs. Palm Springs Hole 2, which is very nice. The way Adam set this up is every hole that you see here is going to be representative of the same hole number in the course they play. So that was Grand Canyon Hole 1, this is Palm Springs Hole 2, and so on and so forth. Justin, hey man, the more you watch, the more you learn, the more I play on this live stream, the hopefully better advice I can give you guys as time goes on. Hopefully you at least got out there, tried the Monday Mix-Up Contest. You know, maybe weren't able to put some stuff together, but hopefully with events mode you've got all week long up until the end of Sunday to get your qualifying games in. Now with events mode, it's different from the daily contest or Freaky Friday when we do these live streams. So events mode, every setup is different. So the setup you see for all 18 holes right now is going to be different for game 2, game 3, and so on and so forth. But if you have yet to play events mode and you jump into the first game, just like I am doing here, the setup you see me playing is the setup that you will get for your very first events mode contest. All right. It's been a while since I've had a long tee box on Woodland Farm Hole 4, so we're just going to go ahead and try the low Zero Hybrid. Little hot coming through, but shouldn't be a problem. We're just going to putt that in for eagle. Steve Singleton, yes, practice makes perfect, or as some of the cool kids like to say, play more, get better. I honestly hate hearing that phrase, but it's the truth. The more you play, the better you're going to get. The more you watch these live streams that we put on, the preview videos, the more that you go to tournaments or watch live tournament coverage from Golden Tee TV, the better you're going to get, the more knowledge you're going to gain, the better off you'll be. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody saying, I played more Golden Tee, watched your videos, watched the live tournaments, and now I'm awful. If that's the case, you must be me, and you just get worse as time goes on. All right, let's see here. We're going to start this one off. Just be careful. High 6 wood. Hit that a little bit too soft, but that's all right. Hole 6, Desert Valley hole 6, I believe Adam Kramer's favorite par 3 of all time. Don't really set up well with this farther back tee box, so we're just going to high tee a lob wedge. And, well, actually crush it a little too hard, but this is also a hole, if you've ever watched some Golden Tee Great Shots on YouTube, this is a hole that is very infamous for people taking a 3-wood, a 5-wood, or even a driver and just softly chipping it right into the cup. I know I've tried it a handful of times. Does not happen very often. Looks like Adam Kramer is joining us now. Just missed his grand favorite Desert Valley hole 6. Pelican Grove hole 7, a hole we don't feature a lot, and I think we're going to feature more often. A lot of fun. Another hole, the Zero Hybrid. Should be useful. We're going to do a low Zero Hybrid. We're just going to go right under all these trees. And the thing is, you want to make sure you don't hit it too hard. I hit it about 100. That's pretty good, because even though we're low teeing it, we have backspin, and with grabbers, you're going to get a large hop on it. So played it safe there. 35-foot putt, no big deal. And 11 after 7 we go. Juniper Falls hole 8, another hole that we don't feature a lot, and for very good reason. I believe somebody on Golden Tee Fan, Paul Taylor, maybe made a joke about this hole being included because it's the truth. This is a very difficult hole. Almost positive the 6-wood is not going to get over, so we are not going to. We'll do a 5-wood, medium T 5-wood. Didn't get it across out far enough. Hole 8, I want to say hole 8 is probably going to be one of those holes that. If you have not played a lot of Golden Tee 2017, you're going to want to refresh yourself, because hole 8, depending on the setup, as you saw right now, will be a little bit difficult to eagle. But once we nail it down, it should be a much more rewarding hole. Indigo Mound, hole 9. Very nice design here. Pretty simple, straightforward. That 10-mile-an-hour wind is going to help you carry the sand there. And you're just approaching for eagle, or approaching for double eagle. That was just a bad shot. I didn't pull back that time, probably should have, but it's par 5, and we're putting in for eagle. So, few missed strokes on the board there. Hole 1 was not the drivable setup that we were hoping for. Just missed some stuff on hole 5. So you're looking at 1 to 2 strokes right there. And you're looking at a 16 under for the front 9. Or the potential for a 16 under on the front 9. I believe this is Rocky hole 10. Always a nice little caveat hole there. Oh, that'd be great. I'd love to start with a hole out in the first game. (2018) Design Hole Contest winner, the Mill. Beautiful setup here that I'm most likely going to screw up. Also, cheap plug, not even planned, but Design Hole Contest was extended last week through Easter Sunday. So if you get your design holes drawn, sketched out, crayons, pens, markers, beer soaked napkins, Pictures, whatever you send to us, send them to design-a-hole@itsgames.com. You can find the link on the Golden Tee website or on all of our social media channels, and you have the potential, your design, your dream par 3, par 4, par 5, has the potential of making it into the 2020 edition of Golden Tee. So, my Mick Foley cheap plug is over, and we are going to hit the 6-wood and hope that it carries some trees and sticks the green. It's been a long time since I have not met the water on this hole, so I'm going to appreciate that I missed the eagle putt and just be happy that I stayed dry. Good friend Mr. Mayfield from last year. Nice par 5 setup. We're just going to crush a C3, get it out there. Do not worry about hitting the rough. I'm going to play it safe and hit my 5 hybrid. As long as you're catching the green, you should be good as I hit that too hard and get wet. Yep. Sandy Reef, hole 13. Not sure what it is about this hole, but maybe it's from all those times that Adam and I had to record the Real-Time Rivals hole-in-ones on here. But just something about this par 4, this drivable par 4, is just really nice to just go up there and smack a driver or 3-wood and let it roll towards the hole. Thank you, Paul Taylor. I'm doing okay. I think I'll be all right. Antelope Pass, hole 15, or excuse me, hole 14, drivable par 5. So if you've had a couple of screw-ups in your game so far, like I have, this drivable par 5 is definitely an opportunity to get some of those back. A hell of a kick off of those rocks, and we're putting in for eagle, or excuse me, we're putting in for double eagle. So make sure that you take advantage of hole 14 in this week's events mode. Easy double eagle opportunity. Make sure you hit the friendly part of the rock. If you've ever played this hole or this course or Freaky Friday, you definitely know what we're talking about. But you gotta include that hole in there. It's such a fun hole. Definitely some great YouTube replays of hole-in-ones. Tahiti, hole 15. This is another one that is usually drivable, especially with tees. I'm using grabbers. I'm gonna try to crush a 10.5 degree driver. Actually, that got up there pretty easily, but that wind ate it. But we are going to use our rusty trusty 5 hybrid to chip it in. And look at that, boom, another eagle. Hole 16, lovely Cape Haven. Thankfully, a really nice wind blowing back in your face to help you land on this little deck here. Make this par 5 easy. Because of the slight elevation change and the fact that we're on a bridge, you're going to lose some spin. That's why I used 10.5 degree driver with bite. I didn't want to overcompensate for that. And again, anytime you're putting on the downhill slope that's 5 degrees or more, always pull back to the sea just to slow the trackball down a bit. Hole 17. Nice par 3 from Rattlesnake Ridge. Chose this one because it was a nice balance between easy and difficult, depending on which tee box you get. But sets up for a nice birdie attempt. And honestly, I probably could hit that shot a lot better and we would have been good. Royal Dubai, hole 18. Really nice setup if you did not care what happens in this game, which I don't. So we're just gonna hit a no pullback 9.5 degree driver. We're just gonna go right at the hole, and hopefully that 14 mile an hour wind catches. All right, so we didn't get the hole out that I wanted, but 5 hybrid chip in for eagle, and you're looking at a 29. So missed an eagle on hole 12, missed an eagle on hole 5. So we left at least, I want to say 2 to 3, or definitely 3 to 4 strokes out there. So you're looking at a potential of 33 under for the first round of events mode qualifying for week 10. We got some extra time today, so what we'll do is, just as always, we'll play the first 5 rounds. We'll get you to that qualifying spot so you can at least go out there, get your 60 Ts for playing 5 games, and hopefully play some more and try to win some of that $9,425 prize pool. I'm being told that actually that was a 34 under setup. I must have, yeah, I lost track of a few strokes there on the leaderboard. So 34 does sound more appropriate for that look. Non-drivable setup for hole 1. If you have yet to check it out, please go to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at Golden Tee and check out the blooper video that we posted yesterday afternoon of Adam Kramer hitting a very beautiful hole-in-one. During an audio test that thankfully we were recording for. I don't know why, but it's one of those videos that the more you watch it, at least personally, the more I laugh. Probably because I think I almost called it and said, we're not recording the full video, the full 6-hole preview, so you're most likely going to ace this. Oh. Nice setup here for Palm Springs hole 2. Almost had a double eagle there, just a few feet away from the cup, but a nice setup for the 5 hybrid. I'm gonna try no high tee. We're just gonna go medium here with a 5 wood and bite. We're just gonna crush that nice and hard. That actually worked out really well. And dang it, if I didn't hit that tree branch, that might have been a hole-in-one. But this events mode course, the way we have it set up for the mixed holes, it's a nice mixture of par 3s, a few of those out there, par 4s that are sometimes drivable and not always drivable, and then of course a few par 5s and 1 drivable par 5. So it's going to challenge you, but this is World Championship qualifying, so we're doing our best to make it fun, but also challenge you, no matter what the skill level of the player is. I hit the 0 hybrid there. I just hit a really bad shot, so that's most likely not going to turn out well. Yeah, not going to go well. Shout out to the artist who made sure to put all kinds of design work into this barn. Oh, that would have been a heck of a shot of the day if that somehow ended up bouncing off of all the barn structure and actually went in. So, bad tee shot, almost great eagle approach shot, and thankfully we were able to save a birdie there. A little bit of a longer setup here for hole 5. So we're going to high tee a 5 wood and just go right on over those trees. And let that 9-mile-an-hour wind blow us right down the green towards the hole. For the heck of it, we're going to try a nice little 5 hybrid shot at the green here on Desert 6. Couldn't make it happen, but before the end of this live stream, we're going to ace hole 6 just to make Adam Kramer happy. Same thing here, low 0 hybrid. We're going to put a little bit of a cut in there just to get around some of those trees. And with that grabber ball that I'm using, nice couple bounces of backspin, and you're putting in for eagle. Juniper, hole 8. I don't think this is going to get there, but we're going to try high teeing this 8 wood. Oh, that actually does get there. How wonderful. Good to know. So if you're absolutely desperate at Juniper Falls, hole 8, high teed 8 wood sometimes gets there. Look at that. Somehow made that chip. Another wonderful setup here on Indigo. Hole 9, just a nice A1 out there. Even if you get stuck in that sand with the clubs that you guys are using now and all that, you should be pretty good even if you get close to that sand. So this time we got a nice 3 bird going into the green. That actually might get some shot points. Nope, not enough backspin. So hole 1 wasn't there. Messed up hole 4. And you're looking at 17 under on the front there. So we walk away with 15, a lot better. A little bit better than last time. Still have a few strokes left out there depending on the setup. But nothing to be ashamed of there. Rocky Hollow, hole 10. We're just going to knock out the 6 wood and hope that the wind does not carry us past the green. Another shout out for Design Hole, especially when it's a beautiful look here that I don't have to hit in between any walls. Design Hole contest extended through this Sunday, Easter Sunday, so get those submissions to design-ahole@itsgames.com. Hopefully get a really nice bounce here. Alright, we're going to be, well, definitely not chipping in for Eagle, but Eagle is definitely doable here if you actually remember. There we go. Yeah, we're going to pretend that Ryland hole 11 was not there because just a bad shot. But nothing we can't get over. Mayfield, hole 12. Nice little par 5. Make sure that we don't screw up this one like we did last time.
You'll be happy with this. Ready to hit.
What is this? Sandy Reef, hole 13. Let's see. We're just going to soft a 10.5 degree driver in there. Put a little bit too much cut on there, so I'm probably going to pay for it. But, nope, look at that. We're still putting in for Eagle. Shane hates Juniper hole 8. I absolutely agree. Would have been better as a hole 18. But we were able to hit the high 8 wood on the last, on the second setup, which actually made it a little bit more doable. I just thankfully made my chip. Not sure how I missed all of those rocks there, but we're gonna thank our lucky stars. Let's see if we can figure out how in the heck. Just barely missed a rock there. We're using that 3 wood because of the setup, but still putting in for double eagle. Something you definitely want to take advantage of with the one drivable par 5 in this setup. This is what, Tahiti 15, a little bit more difficult of a setup. I'm going to hit the 9.5 degree driver just to be safe because of that wind. Hopefully stays on the green. Alright, we're on the fringe, a little bit of fringe rough. I think, yeah, we're on the fringe so we can still putt this in for eagle. Dead center of the cup, boom. Hole 16, let's see, Cape Haven 16, a little bit more difficult this time. Not an easy setup to land on the little observation deck, so we're just going to low tee a 9.5 degree driver with roll. Get it under that bridge, and then we are good to go. Didn't hit it as hard as I wanted to, so we're going to have to crush our driver up on the green, so we're putting in for eagle. No problem there, except I missed my right 6 high side. Again, not every game that you watch is going to be great, but I think that's the fun of somebody like myself streaming these games, because kind of get a little bit of that mixture. Sometimes you're going to get really great shots, other times you're going to get a little bit in between. I'm told by Paul Taylor that to go to the pier every single time. Interesting thought. We'll see how the setup is next time. I'm just going at hole 18 of Royal Dubai with a 5 wood with bite. Sets up pretty well. Putting in for eagle. Definitely missed, unfortunately, a few strokes, at least 3 strokes, if not 4. Hole 16 missed the eagle putt. Hole 11 missed the eagle chip. So you're looking at 34, 33, 34. At least for the first 2 setups of this week's events mode. Take a look at the leaderboard right now. So current events leaderboard in shocking fashion, Andy Haas has a 177 after 5 games. Jeff Lannon has a 173. Michael Arrington, who is yet to qualify, 170. And then a handful of guys that have 167. So a lot of players who have yet to qualify, getting those games in, trying to get their spot in the World Championship. Here we go. This is what we were looking for. A drivable setup. Let's see if I can do what Adam Kramer couldn't do. See if I can ace this. Just so I can rub it in his face. Oh no, dang it. Just past, probably did not need the release on there. That was a bad chip. Almost had the hole-in-one there, or at least I'm going to consider it an almost hole-in-one. So thankfully there's finally a hole-1 that's a drivable setup, and in turn they give you a little bit more of a difficult setup on hole 2 here. So we're actually going to lay up from the front box. Now this is game 3 of events mode. And we're just going to crush that driver onto the green for eagle putt. Hole 3, Timber Bay, hole 3. Gonna do a 3-wood high tee. Just gonna use those trees to our advantage this time. Catch those trees and then smooth sailing right past the hole. But only a 23-foot putt for eagle. A little bit of a closer setup here for Woodland Farm hole 4, so we're going to try a low 3-bird. I can't remember if this actually gets through or not. Nope, it only gets through if you hit a bunch of trees, so nice long chip. Nice little chip here for eagle. Boom. Not always a 3 hybrid kind of guy, but I felt the need to do it there. That's 2 if we were counting playing 1 through 5. So if you make terrible approach shots or you know, tee shots, but you can do that, you might be okay. Pine Coast hole 5. High tee of 5 wood, just right at the green there.
Looks good. It's on the dance floor.
Fun fact, this was actually supposed to be Pine Meadow hole 5, but I think it works out really well that it actually ended up being Pine Coast. All right, we're gonna try this again. Desert Valley, hole 6. Oh, almost ultra shotted it. That would have been a heck of a shot. Oh, not sure how, but we definitely just missed that easy chip, and now we're punting for bogey. But ignore that. So as you can see, Zero Hybrid definitely a must for this week's contest, in my opinion, or the 2 Hybrid, depending on the type of clubs and balls you're using. So far, I felt pretty comfortable using the Zero Hybrid on hole 7 here from Pelican Grove. Underappreciated golf hole for sure. I could probably get away with a 6-wood here. Let's do that. We're going to do a medium T 6-wood. Didn't hit it hard enough. Didn't hit it hard enough to catch on the green. But not too bad of a chip for eagle. A little bit of a longer look here from hole 9 of Indigo. But same thing as before. As long as you, well, don't do that. I didn't even know that was possible. Never done that before. But, hey, look at that. We're still in the first cut. And we're going to still get our eagle putt here. Now remember, the first cut is basically like fringe from the fairway for the golfers out there. So you're most likely going to get the same, about 95% of the spin, depending on the type of golf ball you're using from that first cut. So if you're going to hit a rock wall on Indigo 9, you're going to want to do what I did and land on the first cut. Rocky Hollow, hole 10. Nice, pretty straightforward. Par 4. We're just going to hit an 8-wood over and let that wind blow us towards the cup. Might actually go in. But didn't go in for the eagle, but I will take the great shot points in putting in, putting in for eagle. Didn't get the double eagle there, but that's okay. Hole 11, Ryland 11, the designer hole. I've had some bad luck today with this, so we're just going to do an 8-wood around. Hope that clears everything. Of course it doesn't. But hey, we're chipping on the fringe, or from the rock. Yeah, Jose, so I used the 8-wood on this hole. I should have hit it a little bit harder. I was worried about catching the top of the mill and going in the sand. Last game, the second round of this week's event, I hit the top of the mill and I got bumped into the sand right up against the against the wall. So I ended up having to chip in for, or ended up putting in for par because of it. So that's why with that wind, I went over the 2 clicks to the right and used the 8-wood. Mayfield 12 sets up pretty short here with a 12-mile-an-hour wind. I hit that a little bit too soft, which seems to be the thing on this game 3 of events mode, but still putting in for eagle. Let's see, this was hole 13 of Sandy Reef, so not the easiest setup, the easier setups we had before, so we're going to just cut a 3-wood. Played it very, very safe there. You're going to have a little bit of a difficult putt, probably right 3 or so. Yeah, right 3 up 3, but nothing too crazy as long as you're under that 50 feet range. Antelope Pass, hole 14, the drivable par 5. Finally, a nice clean look at it. We're going to actually just go high T6 wood straight at it and hope I get a really lucky bounce. Oh, look at that. You ask for it and you shall receive every once in a while. Look at that beautiful butterfly just hanging around the flagstick, knowing that we are putting in for double eagle. Very important that you make this putt. You get on the green in 2 on hole 14. Never want to pass up the opportunity to be putting in for double eagle and get some of those golden tee points and great shot points, and of course a 3-stroke bump in score. Definitely a non-drivable look here. I don't even think the streaks with that wind in the face could get here on hole 15 at Tahiti Cove. So it looks like this is probably going to be a 33 setup. But we are still going to approach the green and try to hold this out for eagle. Not a bad shot. So that's 1 stroke down from the first couple of setups. But, oh, just missed the trackball there for sure. Not the approach I wanted on Cape Haven. So now we're going to be hopefully holding this out for birdie. Almost. All right, so bad setup there. Should have probably went around to the right-hand side like I wanted to, but for Paul Taylor's sake, he said it's always there, so I thought I'd go for it. Rattlesnake Ridge, hole 17. Interesting look here. You got to be careful of the little downslope there. Definitely want to make sure that you hit it on the underside and not the top green and roll down, because then your ball is going to be traveling real far. Alright, a little bit of a difficult setup here. Hole 18, Royal Dubai. I'm just going to push my 10.5 degree driver. Not trying to ace this by any means, just want to getting on the green and putt in for eagle. So even with a couple of bad shots, still 28. A lot of strokes left on the leaderboard. And we'll move on to Game 4 of the Mixed Holes Classic Week 10 World Championship qualifying event.
It's a beautiful day here at Grand Canyon.
Perfect. Looks like hole 1 is drivable again. Let's hope that this time we can actually do something. And if anything, even if we don't get the hole in 1, we're definitely going to make this chip in for eagle. Oh, that's so horrible. I should have gotten the push. That should definitely have been right in the cup. But it's okay. This is drivable in setup number 3 and 4. Almost got another hole in 1, but I'm absolutely, positively okay with putting in from the fringe for eagle. Anytime you can start a game off 2-stroke, -2 after hole 1, can't complain too much. Decent setup here from Palm Springs, hole 2. Oh, almost got the fringe love with backspin for a double eagle. But again, always take the shot points. Be happy that you are close enough to get shot points and putt in for eagle. Interesting setup here. It's in the back corner of the tee box, so we're going to have to play a 5-wood here. I'm going to play a 5-wood into the trees. As long as I don't hit the tree, which of course I hit the tree. Of course. Hit the tree. Bad bounce there from the tree. Unplayable lie, so alright, that was actually, I don't ever recommend cutting an iron or hybrid while chipping, but I gotta give myself a shout out. To save birdie on the live stream, that was actually a pretty nice chip.
Now the tee shot out of golfer 1.
I don't remember the shot here, so we're just going to go low, 0 hybrid. It's going to get a heck of a bounce. So I know there's a better shot out there. I just don't have it in my repertoire. So we're just going to be trying to chip in for eagle. Boom. Chip in for eagle. That's all you got to do. Zero hybrid, low tee, backspin. Go, 34 yards from the pin, and then chip in for eagle, and you get the eagle and great shot points. How about that? Exactly how we drew it up, 100% for sure. Pine Coast, hole 5. Nice 10-mile-an-hour wind at your back, so we're just going to go right over those trees. Shout out to not getting it invisilieved. Is this going in? Oh, yeah. We'll take it. I'll absolutely take the hole in one. We're going to send it to YouTube, but as much as I would love you all to have my phone number, we're just going to go ahead and block that out really quick. Wasn't expecting that to go in. Was not expecting that to go in. I like the shot. Definitely did not expect that to catch a green and catch a cup, but hey, not going to complain. 41,000 great shot points. Absolutely okay with that. Let's see if we can go back to back. That was definitely the setup to do it. That was a really, really nice setup here on Desert Valley Hole 6. Appreciate whoever's smashing the like button for that hole in one. I appreciate you much more than you know. All right, low zero hybrid. For hole 7, we're going to go right on over that sand trap. Putting in for another eagle. All right. Not a good setup to try to hit the 8-wood. We're actually going to move the tee over to the left. We're going to do a A1 5-wood, medium tee. Hope for the best. Actually, was not awful. It's going to catch the green. You're going to have a bit of a long putt from the fringe. But putting in for eagle. So that's probably one of the nicer setups we've had. We at least putted in for eagle after hole 8. Indigo Mound, hole 11, or excuse me, hole 9. Pretty straightforward, par 5. Put a little release on there from the rough. See if we get the, trying to get that extra double eagle.
It's a decent shot. It's on the green.
Almost missed that putt somehow. But look at that. Hole 1's drivable. Hit a hole in one on hole 5, the par 4. Hole 3, why can I? Timber Bay, yeah, messed up hole 3 at Timber Bay, but ended up making the nice birdie chip. So a 17 setup on game 4 of events mode this week. Nice 17 under front. Wish I didn't screw up hole 3, but appreciative of the fact that I hold out for birdie.
Good tee shot here. Should be happy with this.
Pretty straightforward, rocky, hollow, par 5.
Strong and pushing everything to the left. I guess he decided to lay up.
Highly suggest that you get in your scores some of these early games. Some of the setups are a little bit difficult, but nothing unmanageable. See how I can screw this up. This is hole 11 from Ryland, our Design a Hole contest winner from this year. Almost. I thought that might have actually caught the green.
He needs a clean shot out of this bunker.
Definitely played it safe on hole 11. Did not want to try to chip in for fear of hitting the wall or the water. So I would be okay with taking a birdie on hole 11. Looks like another heck of a setup from hole 12 of Mayfield. But again, this is a par 5 that you can get over that baseball field pretty easily. We're just going to take our 3 hybrid because we're coming from the rough, so we're going to get some spin still, but not as much. and then we're walking away with eagle. Actually, instead of backspin, I probably should have used bite. It still would have caught the green, but not as much. Could have had a chance to double eagle there, but not too bad. Nicer setup here on hole 13 from Sandy Reef. We're going to do a 9.5 degree driver. A little bit of a cut. Use that wind to your advantage. Probably hit it more towards the 110, 115 range. Ended up going 121. Not bad. Still putting in for eagle, 27 feet away. If your short putt game is good, which sometimes mine is, sometimes it isn't, you'll be okay. Hole 14, Antelope Pass, drivable par 5. We're going to do a high tee 5 wood and just kick it right on over. I hit it a little bit softer than I wanted, but we're going to get some rock love. Actually, oh, I thought I was going to get double rock love for the Super Albatross. But with the butterfly by our side, we chipped in for double eagle. Got some extra great shot point love. 1,500 golden tee points for double eagle there on hole 14. Not even mad. Another non-drivable setup here from Tahiti Cove 15. A little bit disappointing with hole 1 being drivable. Was hoping that this would be a 35 setup. But still a nice approach shot to hole out on this par 4.
Now we'll suck back in.
Alright. Absolutely positively can't screw this one up. Well, that's definitely not true. I could probably screw it up. But a nice wind in your face. To make it safely on the visitor, the viewing deck, whatever you want to call that. Just going to play it safe and put roll on this 10.5 degree driver. It's an up 6 green, so it'll be a nice, little bit of a difficult putt. 17 feet, we want to make sure you hit it softly to avoid that rollover, but not awful there. Oh, somehow that managed to stay on the green of Rattlesnake 17. Okay with that. Now let's get a really nice setup on hole 18 of Dubai. Alright, not a nice setup, but could be worse. I'd probably advise against using the 9.5 degree driver. You know what? We'll go high 10.5 degree driver with bite. I think I hit that a little bit too short. Oh, all right. So high T 10.5 degree driver. You're gonna have a little bit of a putt for eagle, but not too bad. So 33 under for game 4. We missed the eagle on hole 3, missed the eagle on hole 11, and then missed the eagle on hole 15 because it was a non-drivable setup. So 35 under game there with hole 1 being drivable.
It's time to check in.
Alright, this is our last game of the day. Game 5 we're rolling into for this week's events mode, the Week 10 World Championship Qualifier, the Mixed Hole Classic. Non-drivable setup here for hole 1, which means we're going to work extra hard, excuse me, to get the eagle.
Look how far that is. That is some strength right there. You couldn't ask for a better lie.
Didn't hit it hard enough to take advantage of the flat green and roll. But for a non-drivable setup, it can set up pretty easily for a hole out.
It's gone for 1.
Palm Springs, hole 2, which, by the way, if you've never played Palm Springs or only have played some of the holes during Freaky Friday, you're missing out on a great course from 2007. Highly, highly recommend that you go invite some of your friends to the GT Caddy to play on there, or just go through in casual or glory mode and play it. It's a wonderful course. Truly a classic favorite of mine. All right, high 5 wood for timber, hole 3. Somehow clipped no trees, just went right on through them. So we're going to have a long 76-foot putt for eagle, which I missed. That's all right, though.
Call for one on tee.
I don't remember the shot here, so we're just going to go 3 wood and hope it gets through the trees. Hey, look at that. Boom. 3 wood through the trees on hole 4 of Woodland Farm.
Eagle. Yes, friends, an eagle. On tee now. It's golf for one.
Not as fun of a setup for hole 5 that we holed out earlier on, but not an awful setup if we don't get sand caught in the sand. Look at that.
Golf for one. An eagle. And there we go. Golf for one at the tee.
All right, in honor of Adam Kramer, we are going to make a hole-in-one here on hole 6. Oh, sorry, Adam. I tried, my friend. No hole-in-one on Desert Valley 6, but it's definitely doable.
Let's watch the tee shot of golf for one.
Interesting look here on hole 7 of Pelican Grove. Longer look that most of you are not used to seeing. Still going to go ahead and use that low zero hybrid. Doesn't really change too much for us. You're just going to not worry about taking off too much of the spin.
The second shot's in. Nice eagle. Golf for one. Ready to hit.
Alright, I doubt this is going to work, but for the heck of it, let's try high 8 wood. So the high 8 wood got over, but I don't know if it'll stay dry. Nope, definitely not going to stay dry. So you're on your own for that one, but hey, guess what? Thanks to the Jim Z drop spot, nice little chip in for birdie. So if you don't think you're going to make an eagle, well, just wet it, just get in the water near the hole and you'll get a nice drop.
Golf for one to strike the ball.
Also, you guys only have a few hours left to vote for our Throwback Thursday course. Your options this week are Golden Tee Live 2005, 2007 course, 2008 or 2009. So if you go to our Facebook, facebook.com/GoldenTee, scroll down to Monday's post, you can go ahead and like, love, laugh, or wow. It explains, you know, what reaction on Facebook equals which vote. Right now it's leaning towards an original 2005 course, which I know is near to dear to all of our hearts, especially here in the office.
There's a pin seeker.
But it looks like 2005 is in the lead, so you're looking at potentially Whispering Valley, Kangaroo Trail, Cumberland, a few others I'm missing for sure. Nice setup here. We're just going to go 6 wood, no pullback. Hopefully, that actually might be like the world's best awful shot. So I wanted to hit the 6 wood soft enough
Golf for one. Trying
to get past the mill. Ended up catching the mill, but got a nice enough bounce that we still were putting in for eagle.
ready at the tee. It's golf for one.
Mayfield hole 10, the nice little baseball diamond hole. As always, just go right on over it. Don't worry about that rough. We're going to hit our 6 iron right at the hole. Get a little bit of spin because we're coming out of the rough.
Golfer 1, ready to start.
We're putting in for eagle.
Golfer 1 is ready to tee off.
Hole 13 from Sandy Reef. Short pin here, but we're just going to take a 3-wood right at it. Around the 120 mark, should be good to go. Nice little 14-foot putt in for eagle.
Roars in eagle 2. Golfer 1 on tee.
Let's see. Antelope Pass hole 14. Drivable par 5. A little bit of a tougher setup here, but we're just going to go 5-wood right over. Oh, Lord. So the 5-wood did not get us far over as it should have with that wind. So you're looking at, well, a bad lie here for me.
This is just a plain old bad lie.
But at least you now know to not hit the 5-wood soft or short on events mode round 5 of hole 14 here. So we're going to walk away with the birdie because it's because of the drivable par 5.
Golfer 1 on the tee.
Another non-drivable setup, but a little bit nicer of a look this time. So we're going to at least attempt it. High tee, driver, with roll. I missed the trackball and only got 138, so it's definitely doable. Streaks might be your better golf ball option there.
That's the way to get it close.
Paul, thanks for joining us and chiming in, letting me know we're missing some stuff out. Always appreciate the help from some of you guys that, well, frankly, just play a heck of a lot more than we ever get the chance to. Oh, yeah. That's when you know it's time to stop streaming, is when you just, when you get hit, when your ball hits a wood plank and gets sent in the water, that's when you know it's time to either take a nap or just bow out for the day. So thankfully this is game 5. This is the last one we're going to be streaming for today. But you never know. We'll see how the schedule goes for the next couple days. With Good Friday being on this Friday, we're not going to be in the office, so we'll see about getting a Freaky Friday stream. Maybe we'll stream games 6 through 10 of events mode on Wednesday or Thursday. Definitely will let you guys all know on social media. If for some reason you're not following us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, or Twitch, go do so now at Golden Tee. We got 2019 Mixed Tees Freaky Friday coming up. A couple hours left to vote for this week's Throwback Thursday course. And we're just going to water the last hole for a final hurrah. Don't hit the 9.5-degree driver on Royal Dubai 18. Woo! Almost went for the double water ball. Not the best game in the world, but some decent setups through games 1 through 4. Just had a lot of bad shots on game 5 here. Check back in tomorrow on all of our social media. I think we might stream games 6 through 10. Help you guys get closer to potential World Championship qualifying when we're down to weeks 10, 11, and 12, and only a few other spots in between. So, from the Golden Tee Lounge, as always, Kevin Lindsay here. Get out there, play all day up until the end of Sunday. Get out there and vote by the end of tonight for this week's Throwback Thursday course, and we'll see you next time.